First of all, I think I would like to thank you all for inviting me here. And it was very exciting to hear Dr. Ravinder and hearing his diverse experience, and also see how he is visioning the way this new problems, the technology can solve the problem of this area. So very quickly, Helen, my presence here, of course, is for a very important pillar of startup ecosystem. We believe that there are 5 important pillars in the startup ecosystem. Of course, founders of the startups, which you have many in India now. Then you have venture capitalists. Then you have angel investors. Then you have family offices. And the most important pillar is the CXOs. And I'll tell you why. Today, India is witnessing an unprecedented transformation stage, especially when I'm talking to startups. And I was looking at, global ranking that, India is now 5th biggest economy in the world. But the most exciting part was that close to $500 billion was contributed to the GDP by Indian startups. And that is growing at a phenomenal pace. And the future is that probably like US, 30–40% will come from the startups. So that's why, when I was talking to a lot of, building block guys, they said, it is very important to address the needs of, startups. When I say this is an unprecedented time, I'll talk some data points. I think this is one of the August gathering of CXOs, so important to know that. When I started 7 years back, India was around 8–10,000 startups. Today, we are around 1 lakh startup economy, close to 8 to 10 times growth in the startup ecosystem. We were around 6, 7, 8, around 18 unicorns, if I remember correctly, in 2016. Today, we are about 115 unicorns. Globally, there are about 1,000 unicorns. How many of you understand unicorns here? I'm sure all of you. Okay, so I don't need to tell you. But about 948 unicorns are there in the world. In India, you have 115 done by Indians. In US, have around 96 unicorns done by Indians. So close to 200 plus unicorns. And this is 20% of the market size in the global unicorns. So what is changing? For 30 years, India was known for creating some of the best IT professionals. And globally, if you see, Google CEO, Microsoft CEO, अभी Micron जिसने कल पैसा दिया है 2.5 billion commit किया है, he is also an Indian. And kudos to all of you because you're all Indian. So first of all, big round of applause for CXOs of India's who have actually made us pride because they're the big guy's name, But what is next? This 20% market share in the global unicorn by Indian entrepreneurs is unprecedented. And this is a data. And this is going to grow from here. Tomorrow, if India is 40% unicorns, and who's going to do it? The Indians are going to do it. So gentlemen, that's why I say it's an unprecedented time which has come. And now every household after Shark Tank, how many of you seen Shark Tank? Okay, Sony was the front face. In the back, it was venture capitalist team who executed the first Shark Tank, right? How many of you knew that? No, not many. So gentlemen, every guy who is coming and presenting, the reason why we supported that program was only one reason, that we wanted every household to know what is entrepreneur. So, abhi to sabko pata hai ki what is startup? So I don't need to tell anybody's wife what is a startup. Now every household know what is startup. Now, second data point, which is very important within India. The number of Samay unicorns have also grown by 10 times. Apart from that, the global VCs who used to invest in India around now 2,500. And India has around 1,006 funds. Still, the community size is small compared to US and China. US is around 1.5 million startup economy. You're just 1 lakh. But look at our hit ratio. Look at our hit ratio. 115 unicorn out of just 1 lakh. And this 1 lakh is also just a very fast, because just 2 years back we were just 30,000 startups, right? So our hit ratio is the best in the world, right? That's why I say the new next 30 years is going to be the Indian entrepreneurs era. The time has come when the people will realize, the time has come when the Indian entrepreneurs, and this is a time to celebrate that. And why is you guys very important? Why are you guys very important? I'll give you last 2 examples and leave it there. My first big success story, Oyo Room. 2012, when I funded it, I was also a new angel investor at that time. I used to run an accelerator, which I first time, my entrepreneur journey. I started my first company, business. It was my first investment, first check, and he was just 17. When we were, mentoring this founder, he was just 17, 18. How can he get an operating experience of running a large travel tech company? So we figured out, guys, who are the guys who can guide him, Then John Kurivilla at that time, he used to be the chief marketing officer of, Air Deccan. So I reached out to him and I said, John, can you help him? So he took 1 hour session, and after that, Ritesh said, yeah, I learned a lot. So a lot of such session from CXOs helped him build how can a large business like that can be run. And today you see, Oyo is one of the biggest company in travel tech, not only in India, but globally, right? Another last example I give you, I give 2, 3 examples that helps you to understand, how we are about a 5,000 angel investors community as venture capitalists, and these are all paid members, and about 60,000 angels who have signed up to become an, but close to 20% of them are the CXOs who are investing as well as mentoring startups, and they're playing a very, very important role. I'll give you an example of Videoverse, which is in your space, which is a media tech company. How many of you seen IPL? Everybody sees, right? IPL, everybody sees, huh? Okay. So IPL में जब match होता है, तो after the match there is a highlights come, right? How many sixes Kohli has hit today? How many, fours? All that short clips which comes, they are using a software called Videoverse. When I funded this company 2.5 years back, it was a product which was not in that shape. It was a different product, right? Who helped them? Vishal Maheshwari, who was earlier senior director in Yahoo and earlier, he was the Video Club CEO. So he mentored that company, because I never knew what is media, media tech, but he's the guy who helped them in the initial days. And those CXOs really helped me understand how to run a large business. Today, that company is a $500 million company in just 2.5 years. So, your role become very important when you're investing, right? So, at this platform, I would like to invite all of you to join us, invest in these budding entrepreneurs, because these are the guys, these are the future. These are the guys who are defining the future of India. 20% market share in the global universe is not a joke. Today, Indians entrepreneurs are supposed to be one of the best entrepreneurs in the world now, because their hit ratio is the best, right? You guys can help these, young buddies who are just 20, 25, 22, coming out of BTech from BITS Pilani, sometime tier 2 cities. And I give you one example of the tier 2 city. How, a lot of entrepreneurs to come to us from the tier 2 cities, and tier 5 cities rather. One company which just came to us from, this guy came from Silvassa. And this guy, 2 brothers, Muhammad and another guy was, both of Muslim brothers, they were not even speaking Hindi properly. Forget about English, right? And I said, what do you guys do? And it was a deep pandemic. I met them at my house. I said, what do you guys do? And they were wearing 2 masks, they were wearing 2 masks. They said, boss, I make peanut butter. I said, peanut butter is okay. Well, just tell me taste. So I didn't find the taste proper, but I heard their numbers. They were doing 3 crores monthly revenue and a beta positive company of around 20%. I said, amazing. What are your numbers? Last 6 months number was hockey stick. And from a tier 5 city, Silvassa, I said, why you want my money? You are a profitable company. He said, Dr. Apoorva, I can make it maybe 10 crore company, but I can't make it a company which is doing 50 crore monthly. I need guidance. So I said, fine. We invested in $1 million in that company. Within a year, who mentored that? I connected him to Beardo founder, ex-Beardo founders. You know, they mentored him, you know. And some of my CXO friends, so one of my friend, he's Amit Waikar. He's a CEO of Dollar company in Thailand, and he just shifted to Thailand. He mentored that guy, you know. And that is how this company got acquired by Mensa very recently, in 18 months. So a lot of these entrepreneurs which are coming from tier 5 cities, they reach to a level, but they don't have an operating experience. And that's where you guys become very important. With this, I stop here, gentlemen. And I would love to you guys join the revolution which is happening in India of entrepreneurship. Looking forward. Thank you.